My dear students, good morning. This is the second part of the chapter, My Childhood, that is written by APJ Abdul Kalam. In the first audio content, I have already delivered the main theme of the chapter as well as summary and the meaning of some difficult words along with the answers to NCERT questions, first part. This is the second part of the audio content of the same chapter, where I shall be giving you the answers of all the NCERT questions along with some in-text questions that I have collected for you. So let's start. Second part. Answer each of these questions in a short paragraph, 30 words. 1. How does the author describe his father, his mother, himself? His father. Kalam says that his father, Jarwal Abdin, who ferried pilgrims in his boat, was not exposed to formal education. Neither was he wealthy, but he possessed innate wisdom and a true generosity of spirit. His mother was good and kind-hearted and loved feeding people. As for himself, Kalam says that he was a very short, undistinguished son, born to tall and handsome parents. 2. What characteristics does he say he has inherited from his parents? Kalam says that every child inherits certain qualities from their parents. He claims to have inherited honesty and self-discipline from his father and faith in goodness and deep kindness from his mother. Third part. Discuss these questions in class with your teacher and then write down your answers in 2 or 3 paragraphs each. My dear, I am giving you this answer in order to broaden your concept of this chapter. On the whole, the small society of Rameshwaram was very rigid in terms of the segregation of different social groups, says the author. Number 1. Which social groups does he mention? Were these groups easily identifiable, for example, by the way they dressed? The 2 groups being mentioned are the Hindus and the Muslims. He says that as children, they never felt any difference amongst themselves, despite their religious differences because of their upbringing. They could be differentiated only on the basis of the cap he wore on his head, while his orthodox Hindu Brahmin friends had the sacred thread on their chest. Second, were they aware only of the differences, or did they also naturally share friendships and experiences? Think of the bedtime stories in Kalam's house of who his friends were and of what used to take place in the pond near his house. They were aware of their differences but lived in harmony, helping each other in every way. Kalam speaks about the bedtime stories his mother and grandmother used to tell them, that included stories from both the Ramayana and the life of the Prophet. His father used to ferry the pilgrims who visited Rameshwaram. Most importantly, his family used to arrange boats for the Sri Sitaram Kalyan ceremony to carry the idols of the Hindu gods. 3. The author speaks both of people who were aware of the differences among them and those who tried to bridge these differences. Can you identify such people in the text? Answer. His first experience of being segregated was when his teacher objected to Kalam, a Muslim, sitting along with Hindu boys in the first row of the class. He was unceremoniously told to go to the back bench. His friend Ramananda was very hurt with the teacher's behavior. However, when Lakshmana Shastri Ramadhar's father objected to his behavior, the teacher regretted his action. The teacher was hence reformed. Secondly, his science teacher Shiva Subramania Iyer, an orthodox Brahmin who was very fond of Kalam, was able to reform his wife, who did not initially approve a Muslim boy having food in her holy kitchen. 4. Narrate 2 incidences that show how differences can be created and also how they can be resolved. How can people change their attitudes? Differences were created first by the teacher who tried to create communal feelings among the students, and the second instance when Shiva Subramania Iyer's wife refused to serve food for a Muslim boy in her kitchen. In both the incidents, the persons who brought about a reformation of the narrow-mindedness stood their ground strongly and refused to relent. Both Lakshmana Shastri and Shiva Subramania Iyer were able to change the traditional and narrow-minded approach of the teacher and the lady, respectively, and make them tolerant. Question number 2. First, why did Abdul Kalam want to leave Rameswaram? Second, what did his father say to him to this? Third, what do you think his words mean? Why do you think he spoke these words? Answer. Kalam wanted his father's permission to leave Rameswaram and go to the district headquarters in Ramananthapuram to pursue his studies. His father appreciates his request and agrees that he needs to go away if he has to grow. His father convinces his mother by referring to the words of Khalil Gibran, in which he says that we do not have any right over anybody. Parents are only a medium to bring children to the world. They can only give them love but cannot impose their thoughts on anyone. The children have their own thoughts and they should be allowed to follow them. My dear, let me discuss some of the in-text questions, short answer questions. Describe the lifestyle in Kalam's home. Answer. Kalam lived with his siblings and parents in a pakka house that was fairly big. His austere father did not allow unnecessary comforts and luxuries. However, all necessities like food, medicine and clothes were provided. They enjoyed a very secure childhood and his parents ensured that their children grew up to being emotionally strong individuals. Question number 2. Briefly describe the relationship between Kalam and his friends. Answer. Kalam had 3 very close friends who belonged to the Orthodox Hindu Brahmin community. They had been officially initiated after the thread ceremony. Ramanatha's father was the high priest of the Rameswaram temple. As children, none of them ever felt any difference amongst themselves because of religion or their upbringing. They lived in absolute harmony. Question number 3. How did Lakshmana Shastri handle the new teacher? Answer. Lakshmana Shastri summoned the teacher and in the presence of Kalam and Ramananda told the teacher not to spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance in the minds of children. He asked the teacher to apologize to the children or quit the school. The teacher understood his mistake and regretted his immature behavior. The priest was successful in reforming the young teacher. Question number 4. How has Kalam described his mother? Answer. Kalam says that his mother was an ideal helpmate to his father. He inherited his innate qualities of faith in goodness and deep kindness. Kalam goes on to say that he could not recall the exact number of people his mother used to feed every day. She would tell Kalam and his siblings bedtime stories, taking events from Ramayana and the Prophet's life, which shows how secular she was in nature. She was so subservient, that is submissive, that she would not question the wisdom of her husband. Question number 5. What was Shiva Subramania Iyer's dreams about Kalam's future? Answer. Shiva Subramania Iyer thought though an Orthodox Brahmin, was a rebel who did not believe in social and communal discriminations. He was Kalam's science teacher and would spend hours with him. He said to Kalam one day, I want you to develop so that you are on par with the highly educated people of the big cities. This was the dream he had of Kalam's future. Question number 6. How did Shiva Subramania Iyer change his wife's conservative ideas? Shiva Subramania's wife was a very conservative Brahmin lady who refused to have a Muslim boy having lunch in her kitchen. A calm and unperturbed Sir did not get angry with his wife, but served Kalam with his own hands and sat beside him to eat his food. Sir invited him over again the next weekend. Kalam was in for a shock. Iyer's wife took him inside the kitchen and served him food. Iyer was able to rationalize with his wife and make her accept every human being and treat everyone with respect. My dear students, now let me discuss some long answer type questions. Write a short paragraph on Kalam, the missile man. Dr. Kalam studied aerospace engineering at the Madras Institute of Technology, after which he joined the Defense Research and Development Organization (DRDO). Dr. Kalam was successful in developing the Satellite Launch Vehicle (PSLV) and SLV-3 projects. In the 1970s, he also directed two projects which helped develop the ballistic missiles from the technology of the SLV program. Kalam was appointed as the chief executive by then Defense Minister R. Venkatraman of a project which worked on the development of a quiver of missiles. A fund of 388 crores was allotted for this mission named Integrated Guided Missile Development Program (IGMDP). He developed many missiles under this mission, including Agni and Prithvi. APJ Abdul Kalam served as the chief scientific advisor to the Prime Minister, and he served as the chief project coordinator and the Pokhran second nuclear tests. The massive media coverage this project got made Kalam a well-known nuclear scientist. APJ Abdul Kalam has received Bharat Ratna and played a major role in the testing of nuclear weapons in 1998 during the Vajpayee government. All these achievements gave him the title of Missile Man of India. Question number 2. What is the role of Kalam's father in his life? Kalam's autobiography refers to his father as a person who had not received any formal education and was wealthy. His work involved ferrying pilgrims who visited Rameshwaram in his boat. He possessed great innate wisdom, a true generosity of spirit, and was very honest and disciplined. He ensured that his children was brought up with minimum comforts and maximum love and care. An austere and humble gentleman, Zainul Abidin would, along with his family, arrange boats for the Sri Sita Ram Kalyan ceremony, which was a reflection of his secular beliefs. Kalam's life would have been different if his father had not encouraged him to fly out of the nest. He told him that he will be able to grow only if he goes out into the world. Zainul Abidin was instrumental in convincing his wife and making her understand that parents are only a means for children to come into the world. Parents have to raise them into good individuals and allow them to follow their own thoughts. His attitude and wisdom makes one wonder whether a formal education is actually required to make a man a genuine human being. If this wise man had not supported his son and allowed him to pursue his passion, India would not have been blessed with such a noble soul, President APJ Abdul Kalam. As Ramananda, make a diary entry to express your sorrow when you were separated from your dear friend. Thursday, 14th September 2020. I'm writing today's date, right? You can mention the date of the examination, right, dear? So you know the format of diary entry. You'll mention the date, date and time, and then you will start. I will just tell you the content part. Dear diary, today was a very bad day of my life. I lost faith in humanity and human relationship. A new teacher had come to class. He was a very conservative Hindu. I have told you earlier also about my very dear friend Kalam. Tears are flowing out of my eyes as I write about it. Sir noticed Kalam wearing a skull cap and was annoyed that he was sitting along with me on the first bench, when he was a Muslim, who according to his social ranking should have been sitting in the last row. He shouted at him, and poor Kalam got up and went back. I was very hurt. However, I could not allow this to happen, so I complained to Daddy. He will be calling the teacher and speaking to him tomorrow. I hope everything will get sorted out and we will be able to sit together again. Why do people have such weird ideas and impose it on us? It is bad to disrespect people on the basis of caste, creed, and religion. Hoping for the best. Good night, Ramananda. One more question. Imagine you are the new teacher who was extremely offended with the way you were treated by Shastri. Write a letter to the headmaster of the school to register your complaint for being disrespected by the parent in front of the children. Your name is Rajesh. So 101 Krishnanagar, Rameshwaram, Today's date, the headmaster, Rameshwaram Government School, Rameshwaram. Subject, need for parents to respect teachers. Respected sir, I am Rajesh, the newly appointed teacher in this school. I am a practicing Hindu and I am very particular about adhering to the principles laid down by religion and society. In accordance with my beliefs, I took the step of sending Abdul to the last row, as that is where he is supposed to sit, according to his social ranking. I do not think I have committed a crime. This morning, the priest, Ramananda's father, called me and accused me of fanning communal intolerance in the children's minds. His aggressive and high-handedness was uncalled for. He told me to quit or apologize to the children, and all this in front of the two children. He was disrespectful, and I regret to say that I did not expect an interference from a parent in the school affairs. Kindly look into the matter, or I will have to approach higher authorities for a redressal. Thanking you. Yours sincerely, Rajesh. My dear students, that's all from today's class. I request all of you to listen to the audio content carefully, and if you have any problem, any doubt, you can ask me, you can share your doubts with me. I will clarify it. Thank you very much, my dear students.